So I've just been watching this documentary about to do with autism and about autism and autistic experiences of people that suffer with autism. I don't know if I've shared this on YouTube. I don't know if I will definitely upload this to YouTube. We'll see. It's just, I feel like kind of a little bit inspired by what I've just seen. It's just made me want to talk about it a little bit. Obviously I can't talk a long time, but I can talk like 10 minutes or so or something. So I have Asperger syndrome. Supposedly a mild form of autism. To me, it doesn't really feel mild. Excuse me, Bella, I'm just turning my TV off. And so, because the thing is that I am extremely hypersensitive to everything. I've just learned that in the second part of this documentary, so it's 2 episodes, that most autistic people, probably all autistic people, I can't remember exactly what it said, usually have some kind of hypersensitivity to one of the senses. For me, it is all of the senses. I am hypersensitive to everything. Sound, sight, smell, touch, taste. Less with taste, I think. A little bit less with taste, but I am still sensitive with that. It's like there's certain things I cannot eat. Like I hate vinegar. I hate it. And I won't try. I'll say I don't like something even if I haven't tried it. And I've always been like that ever since I was a very young little child. I was diagnosed with autism age 7, but it was spotted in me at age 4. My parents didn't really... Well, my mum noticed. I don't know if my mum really worried about it exactly, but, looking back, she remembers that I didn't used to usually go after a ball. If mum sent a ball towards me, I wouldn't go after it. Or I wouldn't catch it or something. I don't have dyspraxia, so I don't really have coordination problems generally. But I think maybe it could be there a little bit sometimes. But I think, dyspraxia is also something that comes under the autistic spectrum. Because you see, it's such a broad spectrum of symptoms, things that, are considered autistic. And it's quite mind-blowing, frankly. It's also something that causes me a lot of emotional stress. I'm one of those autistic people, and excuse me if I do get emotional recording this at all. This is probably quite normal for me, especially recently. I've been sort of struggling mentally a lot because I came back from a holiday, which mostly was good, but there were some things that happened, but I don't want to go into that. I kind of just want to explain my experience a little bit of autism, or at least what I can share. And as I said, I am hypersensitive to everything. So alarms going off, ambulances, police cars, emergency vehicles, sirens, even the flashing lights, it's too much for my mind to cope with. If it's just really bright outside, like the other day, I was about to leave the house. I was going to go to Greg's to get some lunch because I just wanted to go there for a change and not make something at home. And I got to the door and I thought, do I need my sunglasses on? I realised they were in my coat pocket and then thought, but it's not even sunny. Yet for some reason I almost felt like I needed to put them on, but then I thought, maybe I can be alright without. And I was. But it was like I almost felt like I was naked without wearing them going outside. I don't know, I think I've just got so used to wearing sunglasses a lot of the time, like obviously I wouldn't wear them in the dark, but I almost feel like I would like to do that sometimes just because of the lights of cars. Not so much street lights, although street lights are quite bright as well, but lights of cars, especially like flashing indicators, especially very modern flashing indicators. And I know it's bad for the environment, but I miss the old kind of orange light street lights because they weren't quite as intense. And I mean, I am glad that we have these ones now because it's better for the environment, but at the same time, the old ones, I miss that as well. So, I don't know, did I say before? What was I saying? I'm one of those quite isolated people. I don't have a lot of friends. I think I felt like I did before the pandemic to some extent. I don't so much now. I did make a new friend at the beginning of the year though, and so far it's good. And I'm hoping also because I get to tend to get a seasonal disorder, like winter depression, which I have yet to come out of, and that's why I go on holiday abroad to try and help me lift that for a brief short, a brief period of time. So it's a very short period of time. In my mind, there's always so much going on, and right now it's the middle of the night. I also suffer from severe obstructive sleep apnea. That probably wasn't always the case, but it certainly has been the case since I was probably a teenager, and I'm in my late 30s now. And a lot of things are very difficult for me all the time. I also have some a joint problem as well. So I get a lot of pain sometimes in my body, different areas. There are some other things as well. I have anxiety, and then just general depression as well. Also from not getting good sleep. It's not an easy thing being autistic by any means. Sometimes I have anxiety from hearing my niece crying sometimes. If she's really tired and she cannot be calmed down, sometimes that causes me anxiety. And I don't know, I wish that I could explain even better than this how I feel each day. There's so much my family try to understand and try to accept and be patient with me about, and change, changing plans can often be a hard thing for me to cope with. But if I am told about a change of plan, that's okay, if I know what's going to happen when. And also, I don't like when people are earlier than they say they are going to be and later than they say they are going to be. I want them to be on time. I used to be, I think, a lot more routined when I was younger, like when I was at college and things like that, because I had things to do each day that I would do the same each day. But now I don't have that. I think there's a lot of disorganisation and there's lack of control in a lot of areas of my life. You only have to look around my house to see how it's not absolutely trashed, but for me, it does cause it. I look around sometimes and I'm like, I just need to get. I want to do this, but then also I have to have enough physical energy to be able to attack doing something, because I don't like starting something and not being able to finish it. It bothers me a lot, basically. I hope that people will be understanding and kind rather than say, she's ugly, she's this, she's that. I know I'm overweight. That is also, sort of part of the problem with my depression, is that I comfort eat a lot. When I'm tired, I don't manage to cook or eat very healthily. So please be understanding. Please, don't leave hate comments. If you don't like what you see, just don't comment, okay? It isn't nice to anyone. If I don't like something, generally, I will not say anything, especially not publicly. I think we do need to give people more allowances, time and things like that in life. So, I've tried now here to give a little bit of an explanation of how there's, so many things that stress me out in my life and cause me anxiety, cause me depression, confusion, and things like that. So I'm going to sign off, but yeah.